Mindful Life Practice community.
Bring yourself down onto your yoga mat and choose what you want to do with your legs. You can have your knees bent and your knees knocking together. You can have your legs fully extended. Or you can have your soles of feet pressing together and your knees opening wide in a butterfly. Just whatever suits you in this moment. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And as you breathe in and out, can you let this be two-part breaths? So first you're inhaling into your navel and then your chest. And then you're exhaling and releasing from your navel and then your chest. Inhaling, navel, chest. Exhaling, navel, chest. Try to make your breath as full and as deep as possible. Most of us arrive at yoga not really knowing how to breathe. It seems so simple, but a lot of us breathe unconsciously. And in doing so, our breath is shallow. Our breath might be isolated in the chest. Our breaths might be short. And when we're breathing in this way, we're unconsciously activating the flight or flight response system. And so when we slow down our breath, and we space out our breath, and we deepen our breath, we're sending a message of calm. A message of peace. A message of ease. Take one more round of breath and stillness. And then take your palms onto the outsides of your thigh. And then just draw your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice little hug. Arms wrap around the shins, rock from side to side. I'm going to invite you in this hug to set an intention. One intention that I'm working on right now is the idea of letting go. Sounds super, super easy, but if it were that simple, why would yoga students and teachers keep circling back to it over and over again? It's human nature to want to hold on to things, to be attached to them. Our yoga practice gives us an opportunity to practice letting go over and over again. So if that intention inspires you, stick with it. Or if you prefer an intention of something else, you can take that as well. Keep your palms interlaced over your right knee. You're going to draw your left leg all the way long on the mat. Use the weight of your interlaced palms to draw your knee into your chest. And then start making circles in one direction with the right knee. Four more. And then come all the way back through center and then circle the knee the opposite way. Take the knee all the way back through center. Lift your right foot up towards the sky. You're going to take your fingertips and attach them onto your right big toe. And then bend through your left knee, land your left foot on the mat, and start to drop your left knee out towards the side. So you're coming into a half happy baby. And with each exhalation, see if you can move a little deeper into the shape. Take one more breath. And draw your right knee all the way in through center. Lengthen your left leg long on the mat. And then we're going to start to pull the right knee all the way over to the left. Open your right arm onto the mat and gaze over the right shoulder. So the Yoga Sutras in general have a lot of yoga philosophy on letting go. There's one particular yama which is called aparigraha. And aparigraha stands for non-attachment. Come all the way back through center. And then lengthen your right leg onto the mat. Draw your left knee in. And then start to make circles with the left knee in one direction. Just kind of feeling out what's happening in your hip crease. Take one more. And then circle your knee the opposite way. Come all the way through center. Plant your right foot on the mat. Draw your left knee out to the side. Step your left foot up towards the ceiling, keeping your left knee bent out to the side. And then open your right leg, kind of rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot. What is happening in your hips today? Then come all the way back through center with that left knee. Lengthen your right leg long on the mat. And then draw your left knee all the way over to the right, coming into your spinal twist the opposite way. Come all the way back through center, bringing your knees in. And then you're going to place your feet on the mat, underneath the knees, palms alongside the hips. And then we are going to move with our breath, inhaling, lifting your hips up into a bridge. And then exhaling them, softening the back. And keep going like this. Taking one more, and on the last one, you just lift your hips up. Roll the shoulder blades under, interlace the palms, pinky side pressing down. And then just hold into your bridge for a few deep breaths. Release that grip and slowly lower each and every vertebrae one at a time down onto your mat. And then just roll the knees onto one side. Stay snuggled there for a round of breath. And then come all the way up to seated. In your seated shape, you are just going to drop your right earlobe down towards your right shoulder. And then either stay just like this or take your right palm, place it on the side of the skull, and then just create some length and space along your left trapezius muscle. This is one of those hot spots in the body where we hold a lot of our stress. We hold on to things that happen to us. We hold on to our stories. All of those things don't go nowhere. They have to go somewhere. And it's within our yoga practice that we find ways to physically let go. Letting go of where we've once been stuck. Lift the head all the way up through center. And then just pause for a moment, examine your left side compared to your right. And then drop the other way, drop your left earlobe down towards your left shoulder. Take your left palm onto the side of your skull, the right side. Then come all the way back through center. You're going to drop your chin to your chest and then rock it from side to side. Then bring your head all the way up through center. Place your hands on your mat. Bring your body into first a tabletop shape, and then we're going to sit our hips back onto our heels, resting in our child's pose. I want you to bend at the elbows and plant your palms interlaced at the nape of your neck, so the back of your skull. Just try this out. If it doesn't work for you, you can always extend the arms back out again. For me, I've always found that a really calming connection. Just kind of a weight on the back of the skull to ground me. Center me and to release me. And then release that grip. Take your palms onto the mat. On your inhalation, you're going to lift up into a tabletop. And then on your exhalation, sit the hips back, find yourself in your child's pose. And then keep going rhythmically with the breath, inhaling to expand and then exhaling to contract. Take one more round. Eventually arriving up in your tabletop. And then once you find yourself in your tabletop, we will ripple like a wave. Breathing in, your heart expands, you find your cow. And then breathing out, your spine articulates and you curl your chin into your cat. Keep moving, keep breathing. If you want to activate your Ujjayi breath, almost like creating an ocean sounding breath through the nostrils. Take one more. Then come all your way into center. Leave your left palm where it is. Spiral your right arm up towards the sky, big twist. And then thread your right arm underneath your left. And this time you're just gonna land your right cheek, heavy your right arm. Let your shoulder blades unstick from each other. And come all the way back through center. And then we'll move through that same twist on the opposite side. So big inhale, stretch. And then thread your left arm under. Landing on your left shoulder, left cheek. Come all the way back up through center. Plant your palms on the mat. Finally, our first down dog. Spread through the fingers, root through the palms of the hands. Tap your toes. And then bend through one knee and then bend through the next. Walking out the dog. Feeling the calves. And then come all the way into neutral. I want you to walk your hands back to meet your feet this time. And then same connection we had in our child's pose. You're going to interlace your palms at the base of your skull. And then just hang heavy here in this forward fold. Let the weight of your week and your world and your month and your life just kind of roll off your spine. And then release the grip. Take an inhalation, halfway lift. Take an exhalation, fold. And then on your next inhalation, reach all the way up to stand. Circle your palms up overhead. And draw your palms into heart center. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And same thing as we did at the start of the class. Guide your inhale into your belly and then to your chest. And then exhale, draw your navel in and then soften through your chest. A few more simple breaths like this. Release your palms alongside your hips. Now slowly see if you can walk to the front of your mat, moving as mindfully as possible. So lifting your right foot up and then touching each and every inch of the foot from heel grounding first, all the way up to the toe mounds and all 5 toes. And then peel the opposite foot off. Stepping and moving as slowly as possible. Find yourself at the front of your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Take an exhale, fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then take an exhale, come back down, leave your right foot where it is, step your left foot back. You're gonna land directly onto the left knee, and if you need to cushion the knee, go ahead. The mat or with a blanket. On your breath in, you're gonna reach your arms up towards the sky. And then on your breath out, you're gonna hinge your arms forward. And then get lost in the rhythm of this with your breath. Remembering that the inhales are to expand and the exhales are to contract, but there is no right or wrong. There's no mistakes, it's just movement. Take one more. And then this time on the exhale, land your palms. Leave your left palm grounded on the mat. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. And then same movements. Exhale, lower. Inhale, twist. Take one more with a breath in. And then you're gonna reach your arm back, land it on the sacrum. Option 1, staying here. Option 2, kicking your left heel towards your bottom, getting into a twist, a calf stretch. This is not your calf, this is your quad. It's Thursday night, I don't know what I'm talking about. And then release your foot if you have it. Take your right fingertips forward. And you're gonna walk your fingertips back and lengthen over your right leg, and then take a few rounds of breath. Walk your fingertips forward. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Move through your first vinyasa flow. 30 minutes into the practice. That's a serious, gentle flow. I love it. And then once you arrive at your down dog, take 3 breaths in stillness. And then walk your fingertips back towards your feet. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. And then inhale, circle all the way up to stand. Hands at heart center. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Breathing in here. Breathing out now. Breathing in here and breathing out now. Release the grip alongside your hips. Walk mindfully up to the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep up and expand. Exhale, hinge forward, contract. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, lower back down, leave your left foot where it is, step your right foot all the way back. And then land onto your right knee. And then once again, we will move mindfully. Inhale, lift all the way up. And then exhale, sweep your fingertips back. Taking a few more rounds. And then when you're finished, lifting all the way up. And then landing your palms, anchoring through your right palm. And then moving through some twists towards the leg that's forward. So towards the left leg, inhaling and then exhaling. One more, and then after your last one, deciding you want to keep your arm extended. If you want to land it on the sacrum, maybe you kick it back. And then release your foot, take your left palm forward, walk your fingertips back and get into the hamstring of the left leg. Walk your hands forward, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step your left foot all the way back, move through one more vinyasa flow. Coming all the way up and back to your down dog. This time you're going to step your right foot up towards the sky and then draw it in and step it forward. Land onto your left heel. You're going to come all the way up into a warrior one. And on your inhalation, you'll stay lifted in the warrior one. And then on your exhalation, you're going to lengthen the right leg and hinge forward, moving into your pyramid. So getting a nice stretch for the back of the right calf and hamstring. And then keep moving, inhaling up into your warrior one. And then exhaling, hinging forward. So have a little bit of a micro bend in the right knee. Usually in the studio, I would encourage people to reach for blocks if they have tight hamstrings. I know we don't all have blocks. You can always just have your hands on your ankle. You also don't need to worry about reaching for the ground or anything. Take 3 more. And then on your last one, inhale up again. And then exhale it forward, lengthen through the right leg, hinge forward. And then just kind of hang out in this stretch for a few breaths. Bend through the right knee. Walk your left foot back, 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 creating space. And then make your way either directly up to down dog or through a vinyasa, your choice. And then we will prepare for the opposite side. So take your left leg all the way up. Draw your left knee in, step your left foot between your palms, land onto your right heel. Inhale all the way up into your warrior one. And then again, move through your flows, exhaling. And then inhaling. Just taking a few more. And then when you are ready, you just land into the pyramid on this side, a little bit of a micro. Where are you holding tension? Where can you let go a little bit? Take one more round of breath. And then bend through the left knee, walk your hands forward, wiggle your right foot back, step your left foot all the way back. Flow through one more vinyasa. Coming all the way back to your down dog.
And then bend through the knees. Come into a seated position. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama. So you're going to use your right hand, taking your thumb and your ring finger. And then you can either bend the two middle fingers down or maybe place them on your third eye, so in between your eyebrows. What you're going to do is plug through your right nostril and take an inhale through your left nostril. And then plug through your left nostril and exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right. Plug the right nostril and exhale through your left. So keep going like this. If at any point this is not calming for you, then just let go and breathe normally. Okay, pranayama is an awesome tool, but it's not for everyone. Just have the intuition about what works for you. Let's take one more round. And making sure you end off by exhaling through your and then just release your right palm and take a normal inhale. Normal exhale. Normal inhale. Normal exhale. Come back towards our mat. 2 more poses before we let go in Shavasana. The first one you're going to take is a reclined pigeon pose. So cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, flex your right toes, grip your palms around your left thigh. Maybe around your left shin. I have a story about letting go. Something that I have been thinking about a lot this week. When I was 21 years old, I
started dating someone who had been one of my best friends for a long, long time. And I apologize if you were in my class yesterday, you heard this story already. You'll hear it again. You can mute me if you're bored. This person, for as long as I knew him, he had a series of what he called psycho ex-girlfriends. And one day while we were dating, I was convinced that, you know, he was my soulmate, he was the one for me. I walked into a bar and he was kissing one of the psycho ex-girlfriends. And that is how I became one of them. You're gonna release your left foot on the mat and now bring your right thigh to stack on top of your left. You're gonna open your arms into cactus arms and drop your knees over to the left. So you're coming into an eagle twist, twisted root. And what this person did to me and all these other women was not okay. He hurt us very, very much. But I kind of held myself in this story for a long, long time. You know, I thought of myself as a victim. I couldn't let go. I would talk badly about this man to anyone who would listen. And at one point, one of my friends even threw a drink in his face. And my partying got worse and worse and worse. And I just could not find a way to move past this. We're gonna come all the way back through center, uncross the legs, and then land your right foot and cross your left ankle on top of your right and pull your right shin or your right thigh into your chest. You're getting a stretch for the left hip crease. So this story has been coming a lot into my mind this week because I've recently become very aware that the most recent person I was in love with was another one of these types of people. Who has a series of people that they call crazy from their past, and really it's just a tool that kind of used to trick us women into not trusting our intuition. But while moving through this story, I recently had this epiphany, and this epiphany is how I'm handling this situation. Right? Of course, I've had an emotional reaction to it, but I'm not holding myself in this storyline of being the victim. I'm just accepting this for what it is. This is what it is. And I'm at peace, and I'm not angry, and I'm not resentful, and I'm just wishing love and light for this person to move forward and clearly find the peace that they're looking for. Land the right foot on the mat and then bring the left knee to stack on top of the right. We're going to open our arms into cactus arms and then just twist the opposite way. I think our brains are very, very powerful places, and the reality is that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it.
And of course, emotional reactions to things are normal. And you should not invalidate your emotions, but how can you process them in a way that helps you heal and move forward and let go? Because at the end of the day, if you're harboring resentments and you're harboring anger inside of yourself, that's only holding back one person, right? That's you. Come all the way back through center, take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug and then finish this sentence. I would be lighter if I let go of. What would you be lighter if you let go of? How would you be lighter if you let go of it? What peace and clarity would it bring to your life? And slowly stretch out your left leg. And then stretch out your right leg. And then bring your body into your final resting pose, hand on heart, hand on navel. Taking slow, deep inhales, just like we did at the start of the practice. Letting go of whatever you can as best you can and not judging yourself if you're just not there yet today, because that's okay too. Healing takes time and healing isn't linear. Let yourself be okay with that. Rest in stillness, knowing that I'll bring you back when the time is up. You can rush your healing. Darkness has its teaching. Love is never leaving. You can rush your healing. Your healing. Give your fingers and your toes a little wake up wiggle. Taking your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice little hug. What are you going to carry with you from this practice into your life? And then slowly bring yourself up to seated. Taking your palms into your heart center, lengthening through the spine. Softening the shoulders and balancing the head. We're going to finish our practice together with an Om sound, inhaling and exhaling, and then inhaling through to make an Om. So taking a big breath in, big breath out, big breath in. Thank you so much for sharing the space and the practice today. It was a joy to sub in and step in, and Rowan will be back with you next week. The light that is within me sees and honors the light that resides within each and every one of you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace. Namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice Community.